Season 2.
Diving in.
Welcome back.
Diving in. Diving in. Diving in.
What do we need to call them?
Diving in. Diving in. Glory. Diving in. Diving in. Glory. Diving in. Glory.
Yeah, welcome back. Word 'em up, man. Welcome back, people. What's good? Sir Solomon.
Yep.
Guess who's back? Still smell the grass in my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse on your goals. Yo. Your host, man, Pep Corciola, Sir Solomon. We back, season 2.
Good to be back.
Yeah, man. Very excited. Hosting DJ MC duties, man. All falls down on me this year. The long ball over the header, over your shoulder. Super clinical poacher, Pep Corciola. Man, this week we got City picking up where they left off last year in the Community Shield, as they take on the FA Cup winners Chelsea. And also we got the full EPL review. We are enhancing Diving for Glory a bit this year, so please stay tuned as we will be posting every Monday on either iTunes, YouTube, or divingforglory.com. You can also find us on Twitter at Diving for Glory and Facebook as well. People still use that, man? Facebook?
Apparently.
Okay. Follow, hashtag, subscribe, like, retweet, like, all that. Yeah, man. Season is upon us. Glory is within our grasp.
Just need to dive for it.
Just the cut, man. Jersey's tough. Boots lace, Diving for Glory. Let's go. Yeah. What you gotta say about that move? Even though Mourinho wasn't playing in this game, that's okay. The other side of Manchester City was playing. The English champions were playing. They were hosting the English champions from the previous year, FA Cup winners Chelsea, man. Tell us a little bit about it, Sir Solomon.
The season starting early affected this game because a lot of the players that both teams depend on didn't play. So you can't read too much into it, but it was exciting. It was an interesting game. It didn't really get played at full speed because everybody's not season ready yet, and it's kind of a glorified friendly. But it showed that Manchester City is way ahead of Chelsea just based on how deep they are.
Yeah, the depth of the squad. There was a number of players missing on both sides, but then when you look at the lineup for City, and they still played Aguero, he still played Bernardo Silva, he still played Mendy and Stones and Laporte, and I mean,
they got to introduce Riyad Mahrez.
Yep. Looks nasty, man. Like I said, man, picking up where they left off, man. 18 shots to 5 for Chelsea, 9 on target, 13 of them in the box. Braced by Aguero, did it in.
Sergio Aguero, this guy tweeted that he stays the most confusing striker because outside of those 2 moments, which were fucking amazing, and that's why you get a striker like him, he missed a few chances and he makes a few boneheaded decisions every game, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he does Aguero shit. So he always makes up for it, but it's funny.
That's true, though. No, that's true.
He doesn't have like dominant games where he's like just doing the right thing over and over. He just has moments.
If he had like that little, if he had that, I would say Messi in him, where he would make the right pass, but he's such a striker that he forgoes the pass a lot of times.
He's a lot like how Romario used to be with Barcelona back in the 90s. They can stay out of games, but they don't need a lot of chances. If you give him a chance and you show him the goal,
Yep.
it might look like a miskick, it might have something, but it'll always end up in the goal.
Yeah, I've seen him relatively nullified for 85 minutes, and then bloop, just opens up. That's how it goes. But, I think it's safe to say that even though this is, I don't know, would you call this an exhibition game?
It is.
Okay,
An exhibition game.
According to Mourinho, you got a trophy for that. But but my point is that the players, regardless, the players that are on the field, they're trying though. They're trying like it's a normal game. Yes?
Understood, but a game where you can have more than the FIFA sanctioned amount of substitutes, and you can have that in a game like this, it's slightly different, is what I meant. Like, it's not a legitimate game just because of that. But you're right. Like, there is pride at stake, and there is not going to be a game in this day and age between Manchester City and Chelsea. I don't care what part of the year it is, where it's not going to be all out. Like they're gonna try to win it.
So that brings me to the question that I wanted to ask you was, what's up with Morata? It was the same old story. Like he just, I don't know, man. What can you say about him?
Nothing. Nothing. The less said about him, the better. It seems like it's a fucking head case at this point. So
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's totally, because he makes the runs. He's not playing badly. He's not scoring. He's doing a lot of the other stuff. It's just when he gets in front of the goal that issues start surfacing.
Jorginho debut here. A little less than impressive, but
I wouldn't say less than impressive actually. When you consider that Conte wasn't in the game, and that's who he was brought in to play with. There was a lot of running to be done, and the team was stretched, so he couldn't do much. But in terms of making actual passes and stuff, he was one of the few guys on the team that was trying to do that.
Yep. Does this game mean anything? Does it mean, is there a psychological advantage? Is there anything? Does this mean? Is there just like, oh well, we played our B team, we came back early from a World Cup?
Let's put it this way: Man City put that in the trophy. Like, if it's a game, it's always good to win. But this week the season starts. City plays Arsenal away. Chelsea is at Huddersfield. If City drops and if Chelsea gets a win, what the fuck does this mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, agreed. And I don't necessarily believe that things get carried over from game to game. Like, each game is its own battle.
At this point, I'd be more worried that if they party too hard after winning this bullshit, that they would fucking be hungover for the beginning of the season.
Nah.
But interesting thing about this game, it's the first time since 2013 that the champion won.
Really?
Yeah, Manchester United. Even Arsenal has won it after winning the FA Cup.
You mean Manchester United was the last champion to win it?
Yes, in 2013. Yes.
2013. Yeah. Damn. Well, that was quick, man. I don't think that. Fuck it, man. It's just Community Shield, like you said.
There's not much to be said about it, but Mourinho's good, and Chelsea's learning.
For sure. Let's go ahead and move on to the next section.
What was this? What was this? It was really. What was this? What was this? It was really good, Jeff.
Yeah, a little live music for y'all this season, man. We try to spruce that up as we go along, build it in, fit it into our midfield, make it click, get our service proper. So real quick, man, we're going to start our preview. Before we do a preview, let's do a 2017-2018 review. Just a quick recap. City ran away, man, won the league with 5 games left. United grinded in the second. Tottenham with a consistent but kind of inconsistent third place finish. Liverpool, runners-up in the Champions League, were probably the best team in the league the second half of the season. Chelsea slipped amid Antonio Conte's season-long battle with the board and Alvaro Morata's disappearing act. And Arsenal slumped to 6 in what proved to be Arsene Wenger's final season in charge for 22 years or 20? 22 years at the Emirates States. Yeah. Chelsea won the FA Cup over Man United. City won the League Cup and the Swans. of Swansea, Stoke, and West Brom all said peace, Premier League. So, I say we run it in order, man, of last year. Start at the top.
All right, well, first of all, anybody in Wales, don't worry. Cardiff has displaced Swansea.
Ah, nice, dude. Get the little Welsh pride going. EPL, man, review. We're going to start with the Big Six, move into the newly promoted teams, and then a little mix up with the rest of the squads. Man City. Major addition, Riyad Mahrez. Only significant loss, Yaya Toure. Would you even consider that a significant loss?
Actually, it should be considered a significant game because that was a huge pay package.
Huge pay package and just like a locker room disruptor. He wasn't actually, just chilled last year.
They're all pros. He chilled. Like, he affected nothing.
He just talked shit as soon as he left.
I mean, even during that season, before the season started, his agent talked and stuff, but it didn't affect the team at all, which is why he went back and apologized about it, and then like he left and talked some more shit.
For sure. I got
Expected to be currently unemployed.
He's currently unemployed. I'm not that surprised. He thinks he still should be playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, he wanted to play in like a Big 16. I mean, he can play in the Premier League.
No, man, he's really slow. He's really slow.
I think he can if he plays in defense.
Yeah?
Central defense, yeah. He's played it there,
like
Barca back
I was
in the
thinking
day.
that, like center back, right?
Yeah, a center back, but maybe probably
in a three-man backfield.
Yeah, a three-man backfield. With, like, if you have it, like, he can get it for you, and he would come up and score every once in a while. Like, but like,
I wonder if he's
the club that wants him, the clubs that would want him, would not be able to afford him because he thinks he needs to make like $200,000 a week.
Bro, not going to happen. There are no expected big moves on the horizon for City. The transfer window, as we all know, closes this Friday, I believe, or Thursday evening at midnight. So I got 3 questions for you, man. Do you think they can repeat?
Yes, I think they will repeat.
Now, what is it that could actually derail their title chances?
There are 2 major factors that initially, before we go any further, if Fernandinho goes down for an extended period of time, and if Ederson goes down for an extended period of time, I foresee Manchester City having a problem. Outside of that, even the Fernandinho one, I think for a majority of games they can cover and move the ball around without him there, except for against the big opponents. And yeah, I think they're just super deep.
Yeah, Ederson actually did miss a few games last year.
Yeah, but if the Community Shield has told us anything,
oh my God,
is that Claudio Bravo went to being like Claudio Brano.
Comedy Bravo, bro. It's real bad, man. Are they one of the legit Champions League favorites this year? They deep enough?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, man. I don't think there's any question. One of the best teams in the world. They got stronger. I think you could look at almost any of the other big teams. In Barcelona, Juventus.
Ben Mendy coming back this season is going to be huge.
That's like a new addition.
Yeah, sure. And not just the fact that he is a new addition, but like he is that special. Like as a left back, you don't get that many of the old like Ashley Cole mold where he can go back and forth, still create offensively and like lock down on defense. So that's a huge upgrade on having Fabian Delph learn the position, and they had Laporte there sometimes. It was a tough position, and they covered it even with Danilo. Yeah, but I think that Ben Mendy holding that down actually brings more balance to the team.
And Riyad Mahrez as well brings in a person who can break defenses down from a one-on-one standpoint.
Yeah, they only had 12 of those, so they
no way,
more,
man. There is no, I don't know, man.
Get out of here, man. I got time for your homework questions. On to the next.
He's outside of the system. A player that can bring something. Like Sterling's a system player. Sané's one of those dudes. Sané's one of those dudes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like they got KDB, they got Sané, they got Riyad Mahrez, they got Aguero up front.
See, I'm seeing like KD. I don't see KDB as that break you down dude. Like he's gonna get out there with pace, and he's gonna get out there and pick you apart.
He can break it down in some
small spaces.
Oh yeah, his dribbling is out of this world actually.
Well, Mahrez will be wonderful to see in the FA Cup semis. Can they do the 4? Can they do the 4-P? Is that impossible? It just takes too much luck, I
The
think.
4P?
Yeah, all league, FA.
Oh, no. That would be a quadruple. A 4-P means winning it 4
Yeah,
times
right.
in a row.
Well, they would be winning it 4 times in a row. Just every title available. But, no, you're right. A quadruple. Excuse me. I got my sports vernacular incorrect.
They could. If they can get the league and anywhere close to getting the Champions League, then that's good.
All right, last thing, man. Can they break? Will they break any of the records from last year? 100 points, more goals.
I don't know about the 100 points record or the goals maybe, but like the 100 points, I don't think they pass it because other teams are restocking. They're getting better. We'll get into it, but I think it's going to be a closer title race this year.
I think so too. Let's move along. Let's move to the other side, to the red side of Manchester, and talk about such frustrating of a conundrum of a team. Manchester United, Red Devils. At this point, the real only major acquisition is Fred, which does fill a nice need for them.
You got the defender too, Diego Dalot.
Okay. They lost Daily Blend to Ajax. That's not really much of a loss.
They made money off that.
They made money, exactly. But they are currently now linked with every single center back there is. They are linked to Maguire from Leicester, Alderweireld, Boateng, also Milinkovic Savic. I also saw a rumor of Pogba to Barcelona.
Yeah. I think Rayola is trying to see something, but apparently, like either Barca or Juve both want him, and that's a big thing. But these are the questions I have: is like, will they fucking end up getting some reinforcements? Because they have a lot of redundancy at certain positions, and they have a team that's imbalanced and doesn't work. It's good they got second place, but they got it mostly on the work they did in the first half of the season. And but it's like you could, this team and Mourinho seem wary of like wearying of each other. You know, like they're tired of working together. Pogba is frustrated, and
Well, I made a big deal last year about it being Mourinho's second year, so I must make a big deal about it being his third year. And those are typically quite contentious.
Yes, I mean, I do not agree on the second year analysis, but on the third year,
the
I
third
am
year,
all
agree.
in.
You're all in.
I'm all in with this one. Yes, fuck off Mourinho. I think that Mourinho, and I mean, this is not breaking news because he's odds-on favorite to be the first manager fired.
Seriously?
The betting, the books have him as the 7-1 favorite.
Not surprised.
And it's easy to make somebody a favorite when they're acting like, basically like Conte did last year, and he was not in his job. Mourinho did the year before that, and he's not in that job.
So that is one of my questions. Do you think he'll see the year out? What does your gut tell you?
No. If he does,
I don't think so either. I think they
but
get
I
a
think
bad
that
stretch.
the problem is bigger than Mourinho at Manchester United, and even if they get rid of him, until Ed Woodward is removed, I don't think that team can really return to the previous.
Damn, tough. Can they challenge City at all?
In head-to-head, yeah, Mourinho can get them, like in games that they play against each other, but over the course of a season, his style of football is too conservative for the current crop of football. Let me put it this way. You know, expected goals, and there's Crystal Palace, the second half of last season, 2018, their expected goals by the end of it was over by 11.2, plus 11.2 from what they had. You know, so they were creating much more chances, they just didn't take them.
Yeah.
Manchester United finished that same period of time with a plus 2.1 expected goal. So like Crystal Palace was outperforming in terms of creativity. You know what I'm saying?
And there was a really bad run when he was doing all the losing to Sevilla and all that.
Yeah,
like, they were just.
Think about it. Like he's talked mad shit about a bunch of his players, his bosses. Like
what's the game plan? Why?
Who's gonna
Why?
be on your side?
I don't understand. Like, I get it. You want Chelsea to fire you or whatever, but like, do you want to get fired from this job? What job do you think he
I think
have
at this
after
point, what he's saying is like either getting me reinforcements or fire me, which AKA fire me, because they're maximum gonna get him one guy. They're gonna get a maximum one dude. He has a squad. Like, you should be doing.
Get him the center back. I'll get him the center back. Googly eyes at PSG. I mean, hey, them motherfuckers, they'll spend the money. You know that.
I mean, for their business plan, I think Jose Mourinho works perfect.
Be out there. Like,
first off, the French league is still mostly defensive. Secondly, he's good in situations where the league is locked up and he can just concentrate in Europe, which is what happened in Inter because Juventus was relegated, and AC Milan had a 15-point deduction. When he was at Porto, they had already locked it down. So PSG would be a good setup for him, but I don't know if there's enough limelight.
I see that. I was going to say that was right. Well, that one thing that he said before was that he didn't like the Spanish league because he's like 2 games matter all year. He's like, I like the energy of, they're all on your. You like, this is before he came back to the.
You like it when you win.
Exactly. You like the week scrutiny when your ass is out there winning. It's different when you're not. Word up, United. What would need to happen for them to win the league?
For them to win the league?
City's bus crashes into the river.
No, I think City's bus would have to crash into Liverpool's bus, explode, and the debris would kill Tottenham and Arsenal players and Chelsea players. This disaster would probably have to happen.
That sounds like a 6th place finish for United.
Yeah, like when Manchester City goes to a away game in London, all of London blows up. Then Manchester United would win the league.
It's crucial, man. It's crucial.
That's it. Even then, Everton might pick them.
Now you're just being rude. All right, man. Moving along. Let's head to the Lily White Hotspurs of Tottenham. So additions I have here: Money in Levy's pocket.
Yes.
And
so key addition. Keys.
And they haven't let go of anybody yet, though.
Yeah, nobody's been let go, but
we figured there's going to be some movement, but
this is like the EPL's jail.
Explain, Sir Solomon.
Okay, let's call it Tottenham Hotel California, because you can check out whenever you want, but you can never leave. You know what I'm saying? Danny Rose been trying to get out of there for how many years?
He's like, man, if I do this Sun interview, I'm gonna get out. They're gonna definitely trade me then. They'll definitely get rid of me.
Daniel Levy heard what? Sun? Yes, give Sun an extension. So there's a bunch of guys there that just don't want to be there. Like, they held Dembele captive long enough to where his prime passed him, and now Toby Alderweireld is probably gonna leave, and Danny Rose still there, still depressed. Nobody getting paid.
They're touting the youth movement. A lot of young players. I mean, he's had to play a lot of them this preseason.
I mean, everybody plays the young players in the preseason.
I agree, but they extensive.
In fact, the problem that they have is that their starting 11 is not really young anymore, and they've played a million games over the fucking past few seasons, including their countries.
Kane is what, 24?
Kane, I think, is 25, but it's
Ali's about as young.
22, but look at the whole defense, other than the Colombian kid that they got. Jan Vertonghen is past 30.
But they're young on the wings now. If you like Trippier or you like Ben
Wings.
Davies,
Wanyama and Dembele in the middle, who are your holders. They're getting
still
old.
being linked to other teams.
But they're both 29, 30. Jan Vertonghen, who's the leader of the defense, is past 30 himself. Even if they keep Toby Alderweireld, he's 29. So it's interesting.
Well, describe to me what you would, under these circumstances. I mean, like we were saying, I think I put in my notes, I don't even want to make picks until we see transfer window close. But under these circumstances, what would a successful season for Tottenham Hotspur be?
Return to the Champions League spot.
That's it. Top
That's
asking.
huge.
I know it's huge. I know it's huge. It's like, I guess so. I told you, man. New Arsenal, man. They're just content.
No,
with the top
like
four.
this is actually. I mean, I guess you could call it
stadium?
new Arsenal only because they're doing it on a tighter budget than Arsenal ever did. Like the Arsenal that was laughed at could be considered a luxurious enterprise compared to what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arsenal's known for paying some of the higher wages in the league.
And Arsenal has won the Premier League. Arsenal has won FA Cup as far as a year ago. Arsenal has won cups. This team has not done anything. Yes, I mean, they've been the best team in the league for about a season and a half, but they didn't get anything for it.
What you gonna do?
That's the difference when you call somebody the new Arsenal. You have to do the winning part, too. There's a lot to it.
I agree, man. I agree. Like, win something. Do something. Something.
Like the League Cup. I don't care anything at this point. Fall out of the Champions League and win the Europa.
Did they make quarterfinals in Champions League last year? Or did they lose in the 16
they lost to Juve in the 16.
In the 16. They had that game. They had that fucking tie.
They felt like they had it. They could have had it if they kept going, but it was still on the line. Yeah. But it wasn't like as cut and dry, whereas they thought it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like Roma or
Like Dele Alli and stuff started strutting around like they had already got it in the bag, and there was a lot of work to be done, you know?
Yeah. Wow. You think Poch is dying to get out?
No, he just signed an extension. He's happy where he is. Like, he likes the warden life. I don't even call him the manager. He's the warden.
Interesting, man. I mean, I guess, do you think he, and I asked that question because do you think he just has that much confidence in the youth program or something? Because, like, you can't, I mean, or fuck, maybe he doesn't care about winning the trophies either. I mean, they're just such a perplexing
I think that if he was to move to a bigger club, in terms of, like, team selection and stuff, like, I think he feels that he would lose power as opposed to where he is now. He's comfortable. He knows what he wants. He treats the players exactly how he wants to. I don't know if Pochettino is ready to go to a big club or if he's the right choice because he does not treat his players well.
Yeah. What kind of power does he have? Seriously. He said, hey, I bet he wants a player.
The power to bench Danny Rose for more than 6 months while the guy was value in the fucking market. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could have sold him, and he was like, nah, fuck this, we're going to give him. And, like, the guy backed him. Like, they're both equally stubborn. Him and Daniel Levy are on the same page. Like, he's not going to find that kind of setup a lot, which is weird, because I don't think Daniel Levy is going to find somebody that gets along with him like that either.
I know that.
But they like it, apparently.
I
don't know why, but yeah.
They are in love. I get it. I'm on it now. I'm on it.
The funny thing is, as bad as you think it is, this is currently the greatest era of Tottenham for, like, ever.
No, for sure.
You dismiss it.
No. It's not dismissing of it. It's just that there's such an expectation as if they're going to make this jump. And they have no intent. It seems like they have no intention to even attempt to make this jump.
True. I don't know where the expectation to make the jump comes from, but yeah, they make it clear that they're not going to.
No, I'm not talking about them. Not internally. I think I'm thinking more fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Even them, I think.
You think they're thrilled? They're cool? They're like, fuck it, man. Top 4 every year.
If you're not like just last 2-3 weeks ago got a Tottenham jersey and fucking won your team to win, if you're a lifelong Tottenham fan,
you're good.
You're fucking happy. They usually start the season out at the bottom, work their way up, claw their way to some middle level, 12th place, 8th place. That was the standard. Like, Tottenham has been like, their fans have been suffering. Like, they're happy, dude. You get Wednesday night football, like, you come into Champions League, Barca might come. Yeah. Juventus? They lost to Juventus? Nice. They used to lose to Middlesbrough. Yeah. These are the guys that are in China and America that just now got the jerseys that are not happy.
But I definitely appreciate that, and I'm glad I got that out of you because I think there, especially, for newer viewership, and there's a lot of newer viewership. They don't know that, man. Like I just see Tottenham as a big 16.
That's what I'm saying, and like that is a very recent thing. As close as like 2008 and stuff, Tottenham was like a joke of a team, like compared to the Big Six. Like that's how far off they were.
Well, I guess it would go along the lines of this then. Since I do study history, you would have to have some history for me to know about it. Hence, moving along to Liverpool, I do know that they have an extensive history of titles and trophies and such. And they were on the verge last year of taking another European trophy home, but did not. But now they have made a statement in the market.
They have made many statements in the market.
Absolutely. Additions of Shaqiri from Stoke, Alisson, the goalkeeper from Roma, Naby Keita from RB Leipzig, and Fabinho from Monaco, correct?
Yes.
That is a ridiculous haul. And it addresses a lot of issues.
Yeah, I think Liverpool Naby Keita deal last year got left off the field because it was a 1 year later purchase option, and it doesn't matter. Now he's here, and even in preseason, him and Fabinho bring that energy that a Klopp midfield needs to bring.
What was this?
And then Shaqiri brings excellent backup. He just fell into their lap because Stoke got relegated. You don't find players of that caliber for that.
It wasn't that
Dirt
expensive.
cheap. That's what I'm saying, because the team got relegated and they just wanted to get his off the books. So, Alisson, the upgrade from last year's goalkeeper level to Alisson, I don't even have like words to describe how big that is.
Worth that money?
Yeah.
I think so.
What do you think of Ederson? You like him? You like Ederson?
Yeah.
Man City?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy benched him.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you watch the World Cup, you watch even like games at Roma when they did beat Barca and stuff. Like, he walked into the club and took the starting spot, basically rented it for a year and a half, and was like, all right, I'm on to better things. And this guy is that fucking good.
Yeah. He doubled almost doubled the record for a fee of a keeper, transfer fee for a keeper.
Okay, I don't know the math.
Yeah. I think Ederson was the biggest.
No, it wasn't. Gigi Buffon just got broken. Ederson was second. This guy just broke Gigi Buffon's record from 2002. Or some shit from Parma to Juve.
That was
still the
Ederson,
record.
Man.
Ederson is the record in the EPL.
Okay. Either way, huge move. Fabinho, the defensive mid, yes?
Yes, defensive mid, has played as left back, and can play as box to box also. He's versatile, just a good body, like
He's
creative midfielder that has a lot of energy. That's what Klopp likes.
And he's the replacement for Emre Can, who left for Juventus, yeah?
Kind of. Emre Can, Wijnaldum, whoever was playing in one of the three-man midfields, you know?
All right, so they have, in I believe both our estimation, a much better chance at challenging City. What would need to happen for them to do it?
They would need to have no injuries. That's the biggest thing they need. Secondly,
They're not that deep.
They're not that deep at all. And Trent Alexander-Arnold and I forget the other guy, if they keep developing the way they did, their defense would be nice. And if they do that and they don't get injured, they will get to within like 5 points. But like they don't have enough to withstand Man City,
I don't know. I mean, I think if I'm giving you analysis and such, then you would say, yeah, they don't have exactly enough. I don't think they're deep enough. I don't think they can do it over 38 games. And shit, man, anything can happen. They're certainly right there. If you drop a few bad calls, lucky, a few injuries, like you said, definitely possible, man. They're right there in the mix, and honestly, that's all you can hope for. And this is a team that has never won the Premier League, but they're creeping on it right now, man. That's for sure. Got some info for us, man?
No, the Gigi Buffon was 2 million less than Ederson.
Fuck. And 02.
In 02. So I still consider him the most expensive. We're gonna apply like different calculations. And shit.
Yeah, for real. Shit.
But definitely, even though Man City like plays the most mature football and like the Pep Guardiola style of keeping the ball and moving it around and everything, if you're looking for some balls to the wall entertainment this season in the Premier League, Liverpool is gonna fucking
Oh, yeah.
like that's the team to watch. They're fun. They can like you don't feel like they're so overwhelming that the other team doesn't have a chance. So there's always something to watch too. So
Yeah, they play such a risky style. They give the other team's kind of going to get chances, but
Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, for sure. Oh, and then Allison, and then
like Virgil,
and then Fabinho, and then Keita coming back too. I mean, like, no, they're going to be.
I never thought that having an Allison behind the dike was going to be the solution, but hey,
actually,
do what you got to.
Like the solution.
Not for a football team.
Which one of those signings, if you had to pick one, what do you think is the most pivotal?
Allison.
I think so too. Yeah, you
just because that was also the most dire. Like the Champions League final was a 1-1 game without him, without Glorious Karius playing, and he gave up 2 goals, not 1 but 2. You know, and he removed another guy who he was found to be much better than Simon Mignolet. You know, so at least now they have a professional between the sticks.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, Chan was nice, so like, you know, it wasn't like these guys that they got in midfield are nice, but like it was an absolute crucial necessity.
Is this a team that needs to take home a fucking trophy this year? They got 4. They're in 4 competitions. Do they need one to be considered a modicum of success? Top 4 should almost be guaranteed in our opinion.
Top 4, they have to get top 4, and if they're in it, if they're in competition, and I don't like you keep saying this 4 competition thing. I don't have like that League Cup. Just whatever, dude. Stop asking me questions about it.
Hey man, trophy.
Whatever. Anyways,
Klopp lost the final of that one too.
Okay,
that's all he does.
Okay, sure.
Okay, show me a final he hasn't lost, but go ahead.
Okay, he's won the Bundesliga twice, so that's not all he does. All he does.
Your words. Yeah. Come on, man.
Be selective with your words.
Come on.
But I don't know what the fuck. You just interrupted and asked me another question, so I don't know what the fuck we were at.
Okay.
Yep.
Moving along. Moving along, man. So those are your Champions League teams this year: City, United, Tottenham, Liverpool. Your Europa teams. We will start out with Chelsea, who brought in a brand new coach, and Maurizio Sarri and Jorginho, both from Napoli, and have not lost anybody. That is a big yet. What's going on with Chelsea for you this year, man?
I think Chelsea's good. I think that as long as this last 15 days or whatever of the 3 weeks of the transfer window, they don't lose anybody. I think not good to challenge, but like they're gonna be one of the Champions League teams. And I think that the transition to Sarri and offensive football is first off overdue because football over the last 6-7 seasons has really changed towards a more offensive game. So hiring a bunch of defensive focused coaches is at some point gonna have to stop, and they have to try it. So it's exciting to see, and I want to see players like Eden Hazard and what they do when they have an actual offensive-minded coach behind them.
Well, my question becomes, what about the striker situation?
Michi Batshuayi hasn't gone back on loan yet, so they have him as backup.
Is he injured still?
Tammy Abraham was back in. Yeah, he's injured still, I think. He wasn't playing in the preseason. And Morata will start at the beginning of the season, but he's not beholden to him. He will be moved, and even a regular name. Anybody that you put in that position is going to outperform him at this point.
So they have the damager.
Huh? You'll see. He said there was a lot of rumors about the damager going down to Marseille over the summer, but I think his wage demands and everything didn't work out, so he will be back. And I think that their system with him in front is actually quite between to see.
So really a truer number 9. Interesting.
Not just that
Not
he's,
true,
it's not just that he's a truer number 9. It's just
He's better.
no, he's actually not. But out of the two of them, if he doesn't score, he can still work for you. Whereas the other guy, if he doesn't score, he's 0. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of like stretching the field and running and everything, Alvaro Morata can like stretch it a lot faster because Giroud's slow as snails. And if the focus is to try to get Hazard the ball and get somebody to run the other way and draw people for you, even without scoring, Morata is better in that sense. But I think that Giroud can play with the guys and do 1-2s and work as a wall for Hazard. And he did that a lot at Arsenal and for France. So I think he can take his spot. I think if Tammy Abraham doesn't go out on loan again, like that's off the bench going to be an option. Tapping artist, but like he'll score for you. Anything's better than Morata at this point.
Damn, so fucked up. Such a drastic change from last season's preview. Your opinion of Morata was quite higher.
Yeah.
And then we saw him for 30-something games.
I mean, you have to agree that he did have a historically bad season. It's not like anybody expected Morata to have the season he had.
Well, I mean, after he just had such a fast start and he didn't do anything after Boxing Day. And, I mean, there's 11 goals, 10 of them came before Boxing Day.
It's not even the goals. It's just the mental weakness that like he showed towards once things started going wrong, and then he just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a decent first season in goals. Like yeah, if you score 11 goals, okay, sure. But like
Torres,
you look useless, huh?
Out there looking like Fernando, man.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what are the chances they lose either Hazard or Courtois this year? Both of their contracts are
I think
up, right?
Courtois didn't return to training today, and he's trying to force a move, which ironic because that's how he forced a move to Chelsea to begin with. Was by not showing up to training at his previous club.
I thought he didn't want to.
No, he went to Atletico on loan. Like Chelsea signed him and sent him on Atletico on loan. When he first signed from his Belgian team and Chelsea showed interest, he stopped going to practice.
Gotcha.
But he's probably gonna go. They're saying now that it's so late they don't have a player, so they're just gonna probably get Jack Butland from Stoke, which is the opposite of getting Shaqiri from Stoke.
I just don't. Man, they've done really bad with this situation, I think, man. Not exactly sure what they were doing. Like, you gotta have a plan B or something. Like, if you even think that you're gonna lose the guy, because you can't lose him for fucking free next summer. I just can't.
I would.
Huh?
I would. Yeah, listen to this. Listen to this.
I am.
You sell him for 35 million and buy Jack Butland for 25 million. Whoop-de-doo, you made $10 million. You have him play this whole season for you, and you just release him and buy a player. You take some loss, but at least you had a legitimate player in a Premier League season.
Man, $25 million for Butland?
That's what it's cost. Like, goalkeepers are not cheap. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not just
only 35 for Courtois.
because he's 1 year left on his contract, so you're not going to get anything for him. So what I would do is just play him at this point.
Okay. No doubt.
You thought that he was going to make a lot more off that sale, didn't you? But he's been trying to not sign for his contract and just work it down.
I think they could have. I think the World Cup mixed with the transfer deadline fucking that up more than anything. I mean, yeah, he has a 1 year, but like something about Real, they didn't seem. Well, obviously they sold Ronaldo, but they didn't seem too motivated in the transfer market this year. And same thing, like nobody really seemed to like jump on it this year, except for like fucking Arsenal and Liverpool.
There's no rush. Yeah. Like in Europe, there's still 3 weeks left.
Oh yeah, I know. I know.
That's the part I'm not understanding is the urgency is on the Premier League team side.
Yeah.
Because that's why they're ending up like looking at Jack Butland because before Thursday they're not going to close on anybody.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
And he did not show up today. So yeah, they did fuck that up. But yeah.
So your prognosis though is Chelsea's good here.
I think they're gonna have a decent season. It's gonna yeah, not to win, but like it's gonna start off a little slow. But if they're building towards something, and I think that they're a good enough squad to get a Champions League spot. And I think that his football, once like after taking a short period of time to get used to, is actually like very very good football. And
Move along to from blue to red. We on bang, we just hang. Arsenal. First year without Mr. Wenger. Key additions. Unai Emery comes in as coach. They signed Socrates from Dortmund. They signed Lichtsteiner from Juve. Yeah. And they signed Torreira. Sampdoria. And they lost Arsene Wenger and Jack Wilshere.
And also they signed Matteo Guendouzi. He's been playing in midfield, or a French Moroccan kid that has been playing in defensive midfield and defense over the course of the preseason. Fans are super hyped about it.
Okay. Ramsey still being linked, talked about, still injured. Same thing as with Courtois. Contract up next year, hasn't committed to a new one. So still kind of in the air. Arsenal.
Funnily enough, he's probably, if he doesn't sign, he's probably going to end up at Chelsea. Irony.
I can see that. Can they challenge top 4?
Yeah. I think Arsenal is a deep team. They don't have enough to go to the next level of like actually challenging for the title. But in terms of like a top 4 finish, I think that fresh ideas of Emery, plus they have a lot of talent on that team, especially on offense, and the purchases they made seem like they're trying to tighten up the defense. I think a top 4 finish is possible. They'll definitely be fighting for a full top 4.
What are your thoughts on Emery after a weird year at PSG? I don't know how to explain it other than weird.
I think he made money and he learned nothing about it. He won the championship and lost in the Champions League, but it was a bad hire. Like when you hire for a club like PSG and you've already given the players free reign, he didn't have the cachet enough to come in there and like try to rein them in. And
that's the thing we learned. If anything, he's not like the big.
But these big. Exactly. But like this is a good. Like that's why I think that this is a good setup for him. Huh?
This is still pretty big.
Yeah, but like I think in terms of players, like the names, the name of the people that you're managing, this is not close at all. These are actually guys that you can actually mold. Whereas at PSG, they're bigger names than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually different in that sense, and I think that that's why he could work more at an Arsenal. I don't think that even if you forced him to like a City, like his style and like how he does, I think it rubs people the wrong along a little. But like at a team that's trying to get back and has incentive to listen to him, I think that he's a good coach.
Does he have a style?
He generally likes a 2-man pivot, a double pivot, like a 4-2-3-1. But it's just everybody right now is just trying to play some high press. You know what I'm saying?
Without, is that the type of what type of Arsenal team are you expecting? It would be the first one without Arsene in 22 years, man. Like, what are you expecting to see out there? A lot of names on the offensive end.
Yeah.
That, like you said, they try to shore up the defense.
A little bit, yeah. And I think that they're gonna do a lot more of the same, but with the license to shoot. You know, like they would try to pass it into the. You pass it into the net, as they say. Whereas Unai wants to play a certain style, but like it's in order to get the result. He's very, at Sevilla he's very result oriented, but he seems like an excellent Europa League manager, and they might ride him to winning the Europa League as their way of entering the Champions League next year.
Yeah.
And as a fallback, that's not the worst thing to have. But as far as managing the full season at Valencia, he's finished in the top 4. But at Sevilla, he never did. But that was also because they went all the way to the Europa League final, and his team was stretched. So his history, if you look at his whole career, is like, yeah, he did this, but then he didn't do this. So he's just as many question marks as the team, and I think they work together. Like that's what they needed, was somebody hungry like them.
Okay. Last question about Arsenal. Same approach with Ramsey as with Courtois? Just play him?
Yeah, I think he's gonna sign if they just play him and just keep giving him offers, he's going to sign. But like, I don't think that they always think either pay him right now or sell him is the option, so they act up. So sometimes at one point you're just going to have to eat a cost and just show players that they can't hold you over the guns. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Word up. Big Six. That's where it is. About the newly promoted teams. We got Fulham, we got Wolverhampton, we got Cardiff City. Fulham, last time they were in Premier League, 2014.
Yeah.
Made a couple
the money of Dodi Fayed, his dad, Muhammad Al-Fayed, who was running Fulham at the same time suing the Crown for murdering his son. Excellent fellow, I tell you. And had still time to put a Michael Jackson statue in the front of the fucking stadium.
No, that was Fulham. That's not okay. I always confuse that guy with the Hull guy.
Nah. The Hull guy, I think it changed their fucking... Oh, no, that was the...
They wanted to change their shit, the Hull Tigers.
Yeah.
And all that. They added Andre Schürrle. And then they signed, they didn't sign him. They just bought Mitrovic from Newcastle, who was already on loan there. They got a couple young English guys in defense. What's that guy? Sessignon?
So, Fulham bought in Jean-Michel Seri, who last year was about to transfer to Barcelona. First and foremost. Then they got Alexander Mitrovic, who scored all their goals to get them through the playoffs, and he was on loan from Newcastle. Now they signed him. They got goalkeeper from Besiktas. Then they got a defender from Nice, Maxime Lemarchand, Andre Schürrle, and Alfie Mawson from Swansea. Like, this team, Fulham is nice. And Ryan Sessegnon, the first player, the only player to get PFA Young Boy or whatever of the Year award that wasn't even in the Premier League.
Say his name again?
Sessegnon.
15 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah, winger.
Yeah, winger. Yep. Left winger.
He's
young, he was 18.
That's what I'm telling you.
Fucking 18.
He was so nice in the Champions League, in the championship, that he got nominated for an award that only Premier League players are getting.
Yeah. Can they stay up? Will they stay up?
They're going to be a mid-level team. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think they're going to be like 8, 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. No doubt. Damn, let's move on.
He's like,
what the fuck? No doubt. I have no opinion on that. Wolverhampton.
They're going down.
Wolves.
I'm just joking. They're actually going to stay up and be
I
am just as excited about this team.
They brought a lot of players in.
Because
from other leagues.
Because they're ran by Jorge Mendes, Pedro Mendes, the agent, the super agent.
Yeah.
So last year they won the championship by fucking leaps and bounds with a bunch of loan players. They signed a bunch of them and added to it. And this team is a solid, like it was. Everybody knew last year that they were just a Premier League team playing in the Championship, and now they're just going to play in the Premier League, and they're going to be, they staying easily.
No doubt. This is their first time in Premier League since 2012. It's been a while.
Yes, I mentioned the third team.
The what? The third team.
Yes.
Cardiff.
They're going down. Going down.
Yeah, it was tough.
They might go down with like 4 or 5 games to spare. Cardiff going down.
Put them in perspective, though. They were last up in 2014. They've only had 8 total seasons in the top flight since 1929, and 2 of them were in the last 4 years. Pretty awesome.
They just had to make it this year, just because Swansea got fucking relegated. So Wales got to get a representative.
Which isn't true, right? It's not true.
No, I'm saying they had to step up their efforts because they would
okay,
have disappointed their country.
I just don't want to fool any of the listeners on.
I think
that
only
story.
one person was fooled.
I know. Did you see my Mr. T come out? Fool out. Pity the man.
Pity the man.
Fool me. Oh man, so they're going down. Cardiff.
Cardiff.
I know, man.
I'm like, please stop.
I like Cardiff. Word up. We kind of like almost like the same as last year. We identified like what we call the next three. We got to talk about Burnley because they fucking finished 7th last year. They exceeded expectations, by far their best season in the Premier League. So far, they haven't added
Anything.
a single person. They've been linked to Joe Hart. Okay.
That would still leave them at 0.
That's what I'm saying. And they're playing in Europa this year, too.
Yeah.
Will they be able to come close to replicating last year?
No, I think they're going to slide.
Be in the relegation battle this year?
Pretty close to, yeah, I think so. I think they're a tiny team, and
Europe was too much for them?
I think they shouldn't have made the Europa. I think that finishing 9th would have been better for them, man. Like, this
You take that money, though, which they're not going to spend.
Hey, like, they're going to get more when they get relegated.
Yeah?
I just joking. But, yeah, it's going to be a tough season for them. I don't think they're going to be 7th or 8th this year.
Okay. No doubt.
You can't go into Europe and not reinforce the already smallest squad in the Premier League.
No, I agree.
Like,
I
right?
agree. I can't figure it out. Burnley something, kid. Everton. Now the next two. Everton, West Ham.
Breaking news. Today, Everton signed the man from Shakhtar, a midfielder from Shakhtar, Roland or something. Anyways, Bernard. That AC Milan and I think Tottenham are trying to sign. They just signed him today in addition to Richarlison.
21-year-old Brazilian. They paid a lot of money for the kid. $54 million, I believe. They also brought in Lucas Digne from Barcelona.
And the best part about that is that you thought you mispronounced his last name, and he's actually Luca.
Any fucking way.
Fucking French.
Man, and then they brought in Marco Silva as the coach, which was all the rumor last year, and it was all this stupid fake fighting about it, and he got fired and hired. Anyway.
And blah, 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 Big Sam, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Rooney, gone after one season. No surprise there.
Yeah, he lived down the street now.
DC United. Hilarious coaching drama last year, man. Do you expect Silva to make much of a difference this year?
Oh yeah, I think that only because like he's fully supported by the board and the fans, and they're getting in players that like Richarlison. He went to like communicate with them. He's a Portuguese speaker. That's why they also this Bernard guy.
Watford last year, right? Richarlison.
Yes.
No.
And the Bernard guy also is a Brazilian kid, and he's bringing these guys in. But the style he's trying, like even Watford, which is funny, until they came to get him at Watford, he was doing really good. And Marco Silva is a good coach, but it also takes the fans supporting you, and it looks like for once they are. Like Everton fans are difficult because they still think that they're top tier, and they have high expectations. Sometimes that doesn't match, which is awesome. Like,
So I mean, they ended up finishing 8th last year. I mean, you see them finishing what, higher, 7th?
right around there. Yeah,
Did they crack the top 6?
No, I think that the gap between the top 6 and then the next is going to be
Pretty huge, huh? The Richarlison transfer, like I said, a lot of money. I mean, what does that look like as a success for them? You turn in 3-4 seasons of 20 goals or something? I mean, do you think the kid is like that? I saw a misfiring physical, I mean, he's a physical presence, like crazy, but
fast.
like he's fast. I mean, like he's athletic as hell, but
he's raw. But
exactly
I did see like skill though, you know, like you're right, misfiring. But if you saw Ronaldo at like 19 when he came into Manchester United, that was what he was too. Like he was misfiring. He was a turnover machine. He wouldn't pass, you know. far as what is success, if they can ride him to some European success, like advancing far in the Europa, or getting them again in the same position repeatedly. I don't want to put a number on goals, but like if he is a solid enough target guy to where there are other guys that they have who are actually more talented could play and their football would be effective, then he's worth it. Because right now, the thing that we're forgetting is that they're giving this money away because these teams are making a fuckload more than this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they never really addressed like not having Lukaku. It just gives them a front guy, a guy up front.
Yeah.
So in similar fashion, West Ham also walked out and splashed a bunch of money. Felipe Anderson from Lazio, kid is 25, man. And Yarmolenko from BVB, and they got Wilshere on a free. And they also hired Manuel Pellegrini.
Yeah, and they got Issa Diop from Toulouse, and Lucas Fabianski, goalkeeper. Like, they're making moves.
Yeah, I mean, look at Arnautovic, Chicharito,
Arnautovic.
Lanzini. Hey, live shit.
Bruh, this guy, that guy, the other guy. So yeah, they had to make a lot of additions because last year was so disastrous that they just basically had to get rid of a lot of dead weight and stuff. Sheiko Kouyaté went to Crystal Palace, released crazy ass Patrice. Happy Monday, Patrice. Patrice Evra.
That was the craziest thing ever, man.
But
Happy
that's,
Monday.
I mean, he loves Mondays.
So I mean, same thing last year though, right? Like they made all these moves,
But-
all these names. It was just random, kind
Yeah.
of.
That one has, like, this one seems like they're more building a team.
It feels like it.
Yeah, but like, don't get it twisted. Last year, I liked their moves. I just didn't. These ones seem more solid. Last year, I thought they had flashier moves, like the Chicharito. I don't understand why they'll get it if David Moyes clearly doesn't like it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like that kind of stuff. But moving Arnautovic to striker changed their season last year.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a lot of these, like Felipe Anderson and Yarmolenko and Jack Wilshere, these are all players that are going to allow him to be a striker, and I think that they're going to be a decent team.
Pellegrini a good hire too, I think. For them, I think that's
Definitely. I think
a
that
great coach for that level team.
and they needed a person of modicum of class and
Exactly.
you know that can project a certain energy. That place is a fucking shithole of chaos.
Yeah, like remember the fans running on the pitch last season?
Have you seen the owners sitting there and they're just their Versace shirts and shit, looking like some fucking pimps that are retired and shit? Like they come in like fucking chinchilla coats and shit. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Buy a suit. They're like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, we're good. Yeah.
They're owned by fucking Bricktop. Fucking Snatch.
Feed you to the pigs. Right, it feels like they do this every year, man. I tell you one thing. If I see fucking Pablo Zabaleta out there for 37 matches, though, they're gonna have some issues.
There's money to be had. Pablo is going to
Pablo
take.
gonna be out there.
Oh my God, he is a
37 of 38 games left.
I'm telling you, he's a get paid all-star. Like that dude
You on
will
that,
show up,
you on
cut
that-
that check. CTC, I'm on your team.
You on that 2002 Washington Redskins team?
Walk
Bruce
up.
Smith, Deion Sanders.
Yep,
all
you'll get paid.
34 get paid. All right, man. So the rest is what we've called the rest. Let's get at them, man. I'm going to go in the order that they finished. Leicester City,
Stay about it.
even without Mahrez.
Yeah, Mahrez was like, they were without Mahrez at the beginning of last season when he was like, and then he would come in and then he was still a head case and like it took him a half season to get here. So
And then
they're actually a more solid team than they were last year.
they just signed somebody too. I thought somebody that like one of the championships better players, I believe.
Yeah, but I think they stay around where they are. They were in 9th, they're probably 10th or 11th. But they had James Madison from Norwich City, Ricardo Pereira, the Porto defender, Danny Ward, goalkeeper backup from Liverpool, Johnny Evans from West Brom.
Oh, they picked up Johnny?
Yeah.
Johnny! No
So
doubt.
Riyad Mahrez leaving, and they just signed another Arab-sounding kid.
Yeah, he's Iranian, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, the Iranian kid went to what is it, Fulham? The guy that had the nice World Cup.
Yeah.
He went to Fulham. But Leicester's gonna stay where they are, unless Chelsea comes and takes fucking Kasper Schmeichel, which would be a fucking complete disaster for Leicester. Then they would get relegated.
Leicester cannot let that happen.
They will get relegated. Like, you gotta give them a check the size of your relegation bonus. You know how when you get the golden parachute, if you're gonna back Kasper Schmeichel, you better give them that much money.
For real. Newcastle, 10th place last year, man. And they've done nothing again.
the Mike D has managed the very difficult task of making everybody a Rafa Benitez sympathizer. You know what I'm saying? Like until now, like nobody had any sympathy for Rafa, but like now, it's like like look at how he's balling with no budget.
He killed it in the championship. He's stuck with that squad.
And like now, it's like he's buying him nothing.
He's still so overachieving. To that point, I just tuned in. I just pulled up ESPN, and Newcastle sealed the Solomon Rondon deal.
Oh yeah, they've been having they signed Solomon Rondon, which but they gave West Brom Dwight Gale in return, and I think that out of the two, Dwight Gale was a better player. Remember him? Dude that looked like somebody burnt off his eyebrows.
Yeah, I remember the guy who he fucking injured. What did he do? He like injured KDB, and it was such.
I'd have kept him just for that.
It was such an awful tackle that he ended his season with his own injury. He like broke his ankle or just something crazy. That's done.
But like if he had just done the breaking part, I'd have kept him.
Fuck.
But if you break yourself, you don't count.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Douche, man. Newcastle, what do you think? I mean, I think same exact thing. They'll just be fighting. They'll be fighting for relegation.
I think they'll be above relegation early, and then get kind of drawn into it, and you'll be like, "Oh, are they gonna go down?" And no, they won't. They'll stay.
That's exactly what happened last year.
Exactly.
Started off good. A team that we were just sure was going to get relegated, but fucking turned it around once Wilfred Zaha came back. It's Crystal Palace. Same thing.
They need to hold on to him. He's been winking and nodding and dancing with all the Chiefs.
all the Chiefs. A little loose in the back over there.
Yeah, they gained Max Meyer. I don't know how the fuck they got him from fucking Wolfsburg. He ran out his contract in Germany, and like this is a big name. Like the guy was, and I don't know how he ended up at Crystal Palace. But of course, Yohan Kabay is now playing in Al Nassr in Saudi or someplace like that. So they can't have two good players at one time. Wilfred Zaha, if he stays, they survive. Wilfred Zaha, if he leaves, they go down.
There it is. Leicester signed Rashid
Ghazali.
Okay.
Ghazali, yeah. Rashid Ghazali.
Word up. Crystal Palace, man. Yeah, they gotta hold Zaha. Yep. Otherwise, like it's like Schmeichel. Like
if you sell him, get as much as relegation costs.
What did they go 11 games without scoring or some shit last year?
Yeah,
That's like ridiculous.
They started the season off not scoring a single goal for the first 7 games of the season, and then they fired their coach and started playing.
Yep. Bournemouth
added Diego Rico and David Brooks. I think David Brooks is Spanish for Diego Rico. Like, they might be the same guy.
Oh shit.
And I think they're gonna be struggling.
They looked struggle last year.
They were.
Yeah.
They I don't know how they managed to be in 12th. They got there, but they're gonna struggle.
But you already know, like between 17 and 10, we're all like 4 points.
Exactly.
So
if you won your last game of the season, you jumped like 5 guys.
Exactly. like Newcastle finishing 10th is kind of misleading for sure.
Their whole season is misleading.
Yeah.
Like they should not have been in a relegation battle based on like what the football they play, as opposed to those guys. And then at the same time, once they were in there, they should have been deeper in there.
Bournemouth was almost garbage every time I saw them. Like it was tough to watch. A little bit more of a fun watch was Watford.
Yes,
now
they'll
they don't
be
have
just as
Richarlison.
boring now. I mean,
We're talking about losing Deeney too. Somebody made an offer for Deeney, right?
first of all, like
Burnley.
losing Deeney is 34, but more than Richarlison, they'd lost Nordin Amrabat also, who went to Al Nassr. So I think that Watford's little, I don't know how they do it, staying in the Premier League moment, like they're gonna really be in a relegation battle this year.
Yeah. Can't lose Troy, man. God damn. What you gonna do?
Dude, I mean, even if they don't sell him, they're gonna retire him at some point. He's 34.
I know. You just need him around though.
Sell him and tell him to come back for games and shit. And just be like, come on Saturday, dude.
Please, man, smack these young kids around a little bit for us. Brighton. Now we're getting into last year's.
Ho!
Yeah. Ho!
Benson and Hedges Albion. There is the people that bought the fucking Iranian dude.
Right.
Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh is his name. I love it. How the fuck do you come from? Ali Reza Jahanbakhsh. That dude. Ali, we're gonna call you. Ali J.
Oh, man.
And then they signed another dude called Yves, like Yves Saint Laurent, and his last name is Bissouma. So Yves Bissouma.
Oh, okay.
They've been doing work. And then they signed Bernardo from Leipzig.
So you gonna stay up?
No.
All right.
I think that there's going to be 3 relegation squads, and we're going to squeeze in 5 teams.
I was gonna say, you got at least 5 teams getting relegated. Huddersfield.
On a serious note, I think that Huddersfield, Brighton, and the Welsh team.
Cardiff.
I'm not trying to remember.
I don't know, man. I like the Huddersfield plays really, really tough, organized defense, man. Like I don't. They might grind it out again. Who's their coach again? It's
Black dude, didn't he?
what's it? No, not the Huddersfield guy.
Oh, the German guy. The
Yeah,
German
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
The German.
Yeah. With the clock beard or
I think
whatever.
they added a decent amount of players. They got Terence Congolo, Adama Kabi, and Eric Durham. They came up from Dortmund, Monaco, and Monaco. But Tom Ince is a loss.
tough.
Tom Ince is a big loss. Like he was a lot of their creative, which wasn't much, but like you lose him to Stoke.
Stoke relegated.
Yeah, and like now they figured that they have a better chance in the relegation. And then
I know.
that's why I think they gotta go down. Like if you're losing players to relegated teams,
Yeah, you might as well just go.
you might as well join them.
Yeah. And then finally, barely escaping relegation last year, Southampton, man. It's come to pass. All the years of just selling. Seem like they have come back. How you feeling about Southie this year?
That's why
They get relegated?
No. That's why this summer they got rid of Dusan Tadic, but other than that, they did bang.
Okay.
They got
Restock.
Yannick Vestergaard from Borussia Mönchengladbach, Mohamed El Yunusi from Basel, forward, Angus Gunn. Dude, how awesome is it that you guys let go of your gun? Angus Gunn, goalkeeper, Stuart Armstrong. Oh, shit. Nice. You know Stuart Armstrong, right? The song? That's why we sing this song for Stuart Armstrong. That's where the Liverpool guys got the Green Alum or something song from initially before they switched it.
Yeah. Angus Gunn. That is some.
Dude, Angus Gunn.
That is some old Western gangster shit. Now that's old Angus Gunn.
I'll be like, look, dude. Anytime you're ready to retire, come back. I'll hire you as a coach. We just need you on our team.
Yeah.
We need a gun.
West Side Gun. That's that is actually the EPL preview, man. Dying for glory. There are no picks until next week when we do the transfer special. So it will be over. Then we can actually call what teams look like.
But it won't really be over because they could still lose players after that too. But we'll know a little more than we do right now.
A little bit more. Great point. Great point. I can see why she knighted you, sir. All right, man. Let's wrap this up with these last big questions about EPL. So no, the preview's not done. How big of a deal is the World Cup fatigue?
I think that it depends on the team and how many players you had on it. But as a whole, like the league starts early, and a lot of players are used to being on vacation at this time. So especially for the smaller squads, if you don't start off hot, you can get in some serious trouble before it's even the regular season starting time.
For the big boys catch up. Yeah, I think it's a bit overhyped. How big of a deal is the new transfer deadline?
I don't think it's a bit overhyped, just because like most seasons after the World Cup, a lot of big name guys go down. Like that happens a lot. So it's valid.
So we'll see. How big of a deal is the new transfer deadline?
It's the first time it's happened, so we can't say for sure it's a big deal, but it just doesn't seem like smart business.
It doesn't.
Like, you're just exposing yourself, and you can be held over by a player, like either sell me or extend me, and you can't sell him because you can't buy anybody to replace him. So it's a bit of an agent's paradise, actually.
Yeah, and if we haven't said it already, basically what happened is England decided to say, hey, yeah, we'll end our transfer deadline before our season starts, and nobody else got on board with that. Instead of waiting for UEFA or agreeing with the other leagues, they just went and did their own thing. Anyway,
A Brexit, if you may.
they made their own Brexit, didn't they? From
This
the transfer.
is literally the second Brexit over the last year that they've failed at.
It truly is. Who would you call, for your money, man, the biggest single addition across the league?
Well, this is kind of a big six focus question for me because like I don't know enough about like we're gonna save some guy from going down, whatever. But I would have to say Allison justify makes that legitimizes that team. And I don't know a lot of like there's players that plug a lot of holes and big time players. Like I have a finalist is like Juninho and Fred and Richarlison and Keita and all these guys, but like he's the only one that came into a position that was an absolute hilarious joke and is actually a world class player. So I think he's the biggest addition. What do you have?
Would you also? Oh, what'd you say?
What do you have?
Oh, I was asking you, man.
Oh, okay, cool.
I want your input, man. You're the expert. I do this.
You're like, I like Mahrez because we signed him. That's the single biggest one.
How we go. I mean, he'll be huge. But no, you're right. I mean, it has to be Alisson. I just don't even think how it could be anybody else, to be honest. You get a keeper. You're a keeper for the next fucking decade. You're going to be in contention with the center back and the keeper for the next 5 years minimum, as long as they're healthy. Wonderful pickups, man. And you'd have to say with Liverpool with the best offseason overall?
Yeah, I like for the finalist of best addition to a team, I even had contenders. On the best offseason, Liverpool is unmatched. Like, they got players and they got big time players at different positions, plugged so many holes, made the team go from being the surprise team that advanced, that looked good, to a legitimate contender.
Yep. It's been an up and up process with Klopp, man. You have to admit that.
You know, now all he needs to fix is the fan base. They're a bunch of cunts.
Oh man, sounds personal, but
It always is.
give us some young players to watch, man. What do you think?
All right. Phil Foden, Manchester City. Exciting. Wicked guy. Ball out. Trent Alexander-Arnold had an amazing year last year for Liverpool. I look for him to come back and like legitimize.
21.
Yeah, he's dope. He's gonna hold it down for them. If he makes the move from Aston Villa to Tottenham, who've been interested in him, Jack Grealish.
That's who they've been linked with. Yeah.
Jack Grealish is a wanker. He wears a wanker's hat.
Where's he playing? He's Aston Villa.
And Callum Hudson-Odoi, CHO as they call him in Chelsea, like he's balling out. I think they keep him and he's going to be nice for them. And the biggest name out of all of this to me is Ryan Sessegnon, like you mentioned. And I'm really curious to see like what he is in the Premier League, because he's played for England at many levels, and he's played for Fulham, and he shined everywhere. So I think the most exciting young player coming into the league this season is Ryan Sessegnon.
Very good. Glad I mentioned him. Boom. That was awesome. Young players to watch, man.
Yeah. Interesting note. Arsenal only won one away victory in 2018. That was at the last game of the season.
Wow. Oh, take that one to the bank, man.
Naby Keita had 60 plus tackles plus take-ons last season for his German team. Only KDB in all of England had that.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why they win the transfer. But they don't win the cups.
Hopefully not.
I don't care.
Word up. Also, so now we're gonna do our last section. We're gonna do upcoming, man. League One starts Friday. Honestly, man, we thought about doing a preview. We did a preview last year. I wouldn't mind listening to that. What the fuck did we talk about?
I remember talking about Nabil Fekir, and he balled out this whole year, so we didn't waste our time.
But did we talk about nonsense to lose?
Not all of them. We just mentioned the top. Like we definitely talked about Monaco, Marseille, Lyon. Yeah. Anyways,
so
they didn't listen to us then. Why should we tell them what we did last year now?
True. But I think this is pretty cut and dry. I mean, PSG wins the league.
Yeah.
Lyon, Marseille.
I think Lyon comes in second place.
As long as they keep Fekir.
Thursday. Chelsea making a move now. They're saying.
Monaco sold some players, signed some players.
Monaco can sell whoever they want, because they know that all they have to do is say, hey, how you doing? Do you not like paying tax in Europe?
Yeah.
You like to keep the other 50% of your money?
And then come and get sold, ball out, and sell for a bunch of money?
Yeah.
Got you. Damn, Monaco's like
Falcao.
they're like the Cayman Islands of soccer players.
I'm telling you, Falcao was happy there. It's like 16 mil untaxed.
Whew. Man, crushing the French league.
You don't have to go to fucking China. Sorry, China, I love you. Please download our show.
Straight up.
A billion times.
Yeah, man, but I mean, League One was wrapped up. Dude, they won it by actually they only won it by 13 points, but it was wrapped up in December, man. Like, and I probably the same thing again this year.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be as bad this year, because last year the champion team just disintegrated, like just, you know. And like they took half of them. Like I mean, the main guy they took, and then like a bunch of guys like left too. But this year they seem like, even if they do sell players, like Lyon, who's the contending second place team in my opinion, and Marseille, who's also right there, haven't really hemorrhaged players like they did in the previous season. So I don't think that is as big of a gap, but I still think that PSG wins it instead of by 10 points at least. Yeah. If they don't, somebody should get
I mean, if you remember last year, dude, they they closed it down, so it was like 7 games left or something. Neymar was done with like 12 or 13 games left. I mean, like,
you know what's funny? They paid a fucking shitload of money on Neymar, and he went down. It was a disaster because it was the Champions League. And during the time that he was down/returned, Mbappe is now the star of the team.
Hey,
he had an amazing World Cup. He worldwide, he's actually right on
that everybody's hyped for. Everybody's like, Neymar is a little diving bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're not saying you ain't diving for glory, homie, because we know you are. But just saying what the perception is. Word up.
Nobody has Mbappe on tape crying, so that's always a plus.
That's always a plus. Boom. EPL games opens up this week, Friday. Manchester United hosting Leicester.
Yep.
Cannot wait. We got Newcastle, Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham, and the creme de la creme of the weekend,
Chelsea,
Arsenal.
Huddersfield.
Arsenal, Man City. it's a hell of a test to open up for Unai Emery. I believe they have Chelsea in week 2.
Yeah.
And to open up with City and Chelsea.
You gotta play it sometime. Might as well get it out of the way.
Get it out the way, man, for sure.
Sure, they might get it out of the way with 3 points and be like, what the fuck happened?
So we will be looking at those games next week, and we will also hit you with a Serie A and La Liga preview.
And Spanish Supercopa finale is next weekend also.
It is.
If you can find it, because BN Sports and all the cable companies have gone to war, and like football has just disappeared.
If you can find the actual location of the game too, because they're playing the shit in like Tangier or some shit.
Yeah, that works.
Like,
I'll be racist.
Word up. That's how it goes in the football world. That match is in the books, man. Diving for Glory, Season 2, Episode 1. Let's get it. As always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate anyone who takes the time to check us out. Don't forget, Diving for Glory posts every Monday on iTunes, YouTube, and divingforglory.com. Hit subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Diving for Glory. Until next week, Solomon.
There's nothing more to say.
Diving.
Glory.